Hello there my fellow whole table heroes, and welcome to another Conquest video guide. So now this is actually part 2 of my low gear feat farming. So already done part 1 with a stacking offense on buffs data disc set. And this one, again going in my smaller account, I was not able to get permablock disc setup here completely like I did in my main account on my live stream. However, I was able to pick up weak spot, voluntary vanguard, and as well some discs that apply debuffs. So we'll be doing similar like we did in part 1, going through those feats with low gear units and see how we can utilize this disc and what team comps to use to get some of these low gear feats done. So in terms of the disc set, I'm rocking again protection shield for some protection recovery. Without fortified, we need some sort of survivability. And then all the debuff discs I was able to pick up. So got 2 caustic emissions. And then obviously unique weak spot for stacking offense whenever we have debuff on characters. Voluntary vanguard helping you as well. So you can a little bit cheese stuff there so they get stuck behind Malak or whoever. Then also critical debuffs. So again, this is a nice one. It lands debuffs which feeds your weak spot but also nerfs the damage from the enemies, landing critical damage down and offense down on them. And then finally, yes, even though I was quite able to get permablock disc setup, I'm literally like what 5-8 debuffs. I'm just like 1 disc away from being able to do the ability exhaust permablock thing, but I'm still equipping it because at least on the second turn they will get ability blocked, so at least something. But you could use something else in there as well. So this is the set I'll be rocking throughout this video. Again, this will be displayed on screen in case you're just jumping into any chapter that you know what we are rocking. But this is this set. It's a pretty powerful one, even though it's not permablock completely. It's still a nice one, definitely ramps up the damage. So as in the other video, we'll first start off here in Sector 1 versus the Hux node. This definitely feels like the easiest node to farm feats. Definitely easier than Bad Batch if you don't have the permablock situation going on. Because we don't have the Ruthless Swiftness set now to keep the thermometer train rolling, right? So Bad Batch a bit trickier to beat with the low gear units. Well, I appreciate not the lowest gear light side and force users. By all means, this team isn't very good. But we do have Cat in there for durability and Cal, and then Jedi Luke can hopefully stack up his damage because of all these debuffs. But this will definitely go a lot faster than with the buffs. Definitely more damage here coming in, and they're also dying from damage over times on top of it. So definitely weak spot setup is better, but in case you didn't pick it up, I did a part 1 without it, so hopefully you have something in there. And we're hitting again this same Hux node again with my low gear Spectres as we did in part 1. And as you see, this will be a bit faster now. We also have voluntary vanguard, which meaning Chopper will have permanent mark on him. So this is obviously good if one of your units, like my Chopper is gear 12, but let's say one of your units is relic up, they get marked, which will obviously help there with survivability. Although again, they don't all need to survive for the feats to count. You just have to win a battle. Okay, there we go. Okay, Chopper hanging in there. Okay, it doesn't matter, we still got mark on us. I don't know what that ability does, to be honest. But we'll just keep going. Okay, we might lose Chopper here, but that's fine. Oh no, Chopper's coming back. He's coming back. Man, gear 12 Chopper is so durable. Who would have thought, eh? Okay, definitely want to go after Executioner as soon as you can, because he's really the main damage dealer in this one. Alright, we need to start putting out some damage, guys. Come on. Alright. Yep. Will this do it? Not quite. Didn't crit him there. Come on, guys. Somebody crit him. Nope. Okay, cool. First order Executioner died from damage over time. There we go. Finally nuked Kyle out. And now we can go ahead, hit full auto here and finish off Phasma and first order TIE Pilot, as we usually do on this Hux node. Leave them for last. So this did. Now the Spectre feat, again, pretty straightforward. We are now here in Sector 1 versus the final boss, where I still had to do Hunter Mercenary surviving. Now luckily the enemy isn't too fast, so you should be able to quite easily outrun them with your troopers. As long as you got some stacking damage for your troopers, you know, they should be able to burn for these guys. And as you can see, level 1 gear 1 Hunter Mercenary. Doesn't even matter because enemy won't even get a turn for the most part. If they do, we'll have obviously mark because of Voluntary Vanguard, and as well mark from Piet, so they'll be able to hit somebody else. So target number 1 for me was HK. He's got an AoE, right? So we have to go after him first. So we're gonna save the AoE here for when we have more what is it called? The buff that Piet gives out. We're gonna go after HK first, get rid of him, and now on Vir's second turn we're gonna go ahead and use AoE. This will finish off Malak now, and now we can just go ahead, punch down Trevan out of here as well, and there we go. So they lost all of their AoEs, so they did get a turn, but it doesn't matter to be honest, because they don't have AoEs. They can't kill off your level 1 gear 1 mercenary hunter. And that completed this feat now. I was surprised actually how straightforward and quick was. You know, it's sector 1, and I mean, not that fast, not that durable, I guess. Let's hop over to sector 2 now, where we do have to do the Dark Clones feat. So I think in my part 1 I did Treya Vader lead. Now if you do have caustic emission disc set up, Vader lead actually is very good because damage over times never expire, right? So eventually you will get them down very quick, and because now we do have Voluntary Vanguard in this video equipped now, we can use Malak so he can occupy the other guys while you're waiting for Vader to do his thing. Good thing about it, with this setup you can just do full auto here without any issues at all. Clones, they will most likely get killed, but you know, or maybe not, but even if they do, it doesn't matter. They don't have to survive, you just have to use them in this battle. There we go, come on. There we go, that should do it. Boom! Vader doing some big damage because of the weak spot disc. So, you know, very straightforward as well. Let's move over to sector 3. Now, on this one, the only feat, like for low gear, I had was win with Captain Enoch in your squad. Now, he does not have to survive, which is fitting because the feat name itself says die well. So it's almost like required of Enoch to die. If he survives, are you not credited for the feat? I'm just joking, you are, but just gonna be fitting here that my low gear Enoch here will be taken down as the feat name suggests. So we're just gonna go here, drop a Darth Revan in there. This CLS is a bit of a tricky squad, but we should be able to get through them hopefully between all the fear and everything we have. Okay, so far so good. Let's get Luke or below 50% health, so he gets death mark, or okay, that'll work too, I guess. Oh, there goes Enoch. Did he die well, guys? You let me know in the comments below, or did he die bad? I don't know. Let's go ahead, more fear. Let's get Chewbacca out. Well, there are 2 Chewbaccas, but the OG Chewbacca out. And now we can go ahead and get the other guys out as well. As you can see, because of all these debuffs, we started pumping out some real damage now. A good thing about this, again, with his feat, you know, Enoch does not need to survive, so even low gear you should be able to get through these guys with some nice disc set. And moving up now to sector 4, we will be again hitting here the Geonoid, and the feat here we have is Batcher surviving. So here, because we do have all these debuff discs going on, we can do the Maul Watt team. It works really well with the weak spot and all the debuffs. So let's go ahead and just drop a med pack or any tech on anybody. Maul does his AoE, Kandros gets bonus turn meter, does his AoE, and then Maul just goes bomb, bomb, bomb with his 5 stacks of anguish, and with every hit he's just ramping up more and more damage because of all these debuffs on the enemies. There we go, he goes down, an AoE, boom, boom, and that's basically it. Just Spy doing his best, but he went down as well. So definitely Maul still works here with his weak spot disc. And also here in sector 4, another boss battle. So this is versus John Skywalker. Now this one, we do have to have Huyang surviving. Now this was a bit tricky to do, but let me show you the team that worked for me. Again, there may be some RNG involved, but again, Huyang here, Gear 8, if you mod him for survivability, maybe chuck Vitality Disc in there or a consumable. Probably Gear 8, he could even take an AoE or something. But obviously, hopefully with Voluntary Vanguard, Malak will keep everybody feared. And then as soon as Pulp Mara Termeter Train goes off with the weak spot, we'll be ramping out damage like crazy. We go, so they're just gonna go after Malak now. Okay, alright. Okay, we got Fear down General Skywalker, which was good. Let's go ahead and get Tenacity down so we can kind of offset Tenacity up that Rex applied. Get a stun out there. Let's go ahead and drop an Isolate on General Skywalker so he stops counterattacking. We can do an AoE here, more debuffs. And yeah, we're gonna start putting out some real damage very quickly because of all these debuffs now. Go and go after Fives first, so so that we don't have to deal with his sacrifice. As you can see, Pulp Mara combo is really deadly now. Their damage ramped up very high. Finish off Regs. Finish off Arc Trooper. Guess got ability blocked. And now we can just go ahead, get a stun or not. Okay, get a day is good, so we stop his counterattacks. There we go, bomb, and down he goes. So that's how I was able to pull it here with a low gear Huyang here in the final boss as well. So let's move over to Sector 5, so where we got another final boss battle. And this one is with Crosshair surviving. This one actually proved even more tricky than the General Skywalker one. So I did have to equip Initial Frenzy Tech, unfortunately. Wasn't able to do it without consumable, but if you have no other choice, you know, this can still work. Now the main, I guess the trickiest part here really is Nest that can ignore taunts. In terms of like enemies doing AoEs, because of General Skywalker will be critting them, increasing their cooldowns, all they can do is use basic attacks, which is fine, but Nest can still ignore taunts, so you know, if she ignores taunt and takes out your low gear, in this case level 1 gear 1 Crosshair, you will need to back out and try it again. So I did need 3 attempts for Nest to finally be an idiot and not go after Crosshair. I'm just showing you my third and successful attempt. Just go in, John Skywalker, Wartime Board to make sure obviously we get a taunt up as well. We do have Voluntary Vanguard, but having an additional taunt is nice also. But anyway, let's go ahead. See, because we start with Frenzy, everybody will now get a turn when Wad does his thing. I'm gonna do a basic with Rex because we'll need his bonus turn meter later on. Okay, let's call Gas for the assist. Alright, that's fine. And now we're gonna go ahead, booster meter to the team, and then put Matt Pack over on Gas. Again, Tank Tech on 5 so that you got kind of a double tank taunting situation going on. Make sure to target whoever's got AoE, which in this case is Dash and Nest, to keep wrecking their cooldowns. So the only thing they can do is a basic attack. And again, when Nest got a turn, luckily, you know, she didn't go after Crosshair. But anyway, we did a big hit there. Okay, let's go ahead. Will this finish off Nest? Oh, there we go. With Nest down, you know, things become a lot easier. But man, SM3, he hits really hard. He's very durable. I hope this will translate into our SM33 once we get him, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, he goes down as well. And, you know, after you take down Nest, with her ignoring taunt, Dash with his AoE, then the other guys are just kind of constantly stuck behind your double taunting situation. They can't do a whole lot. Because of Gas Lead, you don't have to worry about Vander Chewie revives, you just go straight for Dash, straight for Nest. Again, not the easiest thing to do with a low gear Crosshair, but with a bit of creativity and some RNG in your favor, and of course Frenzy Tech consumable, you can knock this out as well if you still need these few last key cards to get you to the crate that you are aiming for. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. But until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.